In the year 2026, the fragile balance between the United States and Russia finally collapses. For years, the two superpowers have tested each other in cyber warfare, energy conflicts, and military standoffs. But this time, it is different. The breaking point comes when President Donald Trump, back in the White House, declares that Russia has crossed the final line, threatening American allies in Europe and preparing new military expansions. In a historic announcement, Trump informs the world the United States is officially at war with Vladimir Putin's Russia. With Trump's words, the stage is set. Across the world, markets crash and militaries brace for impact. In Moscow, Vladimir Putin responds with fury. He vows that Russia will never surrender, promising that the Russian bear will fight to the last soldier. The world holds its breath. Two nuclear superpowers are about to collide in open war. The first strikes come from the skies. The U.S. Air Force unleashes stealth bombers and F-35 fighters from bases in Europe. Precision-guided missiles rain down on Russian radar stations and missile launch sites. For the first time in decades, American jets duel Russian fighters in the air. Dogfights erupt above Eastern Europe. Russian Su-35s clash with American F-22 Raptors. The skies light up with explosions as jets spiral down in flames. But while America gains the upper hand, Russia proves it is no easy opponent. Their S-400 missile systems bring down drones and even several fighter jets. Both sides take heavy losses in the opening hours of the war. Next, the war spreads to the oceans. The U.S. Navy deploys its powerful aircraft carriers into the North Atlantic and the Black Sea. From the decks, waves of fighter jets and bombers launch, striking Russian naval bases in Crimea and the Arctic. Russia answers with submarine warfare. Silent killers beneath the waves unleash torpedoes, sinking an American destroyer. Explosions ripple through the cold waters. But America's naval superiority begins to show. Carrier strike groups dominate the seas, pushing Russia's fleet back into port. With control of the oceans, the United States secures vital supply lines for the battles yet to come. Then, the most brutal stage begins, the ground invasion. U.S. and NATO forces advance through Eastern Europe, rolling forward with tanks, armored vehicles, and tens of thousands of troops. On the battlefield, American Abrams tanks clash with Russian T-90s in thunderous duels. Artillery shells rain down, leaving towns in ruins. Special forces slip behind enemy lines, striking Russian supply convoys and cutting off reinforcements. Street battles erupt in cities across Eastern Europe. Soldiers fight block by block, room by room. The losses are staggering on both sides. Civilians flee as the war tears through their homes. But slowly, with overwhelming logistics and advanced technology, the U.S. begins to push Russian forces backward. The momentum shifts. The true turning point comes not from bombs or tanks, but from cyber warfare. American cyber units launch a massive digital offensive, shutting down Russia's satellite communications and jamming command systems. Entire divisions of Russian soldiers find themselves cut off, unable to receive orders. Meanwhile, U.S. paratroopers descend from the skies, surrounding key Russian bases and isolating Moscow. The Russian military, once feared as unstoppable, is collapsing under the combined weight of air, sea, and ground assaults. As dawn rises over Moscow, American forces launch their final assault. Explosions echo across the Kremlin as tanks and troops advance into the heart of the Russian capital. Putin orders his guards to fight until the end, But morale is gone. Russian soldiers surrender in waves, refusing to die for a lost cause. By nightfall, American Marines storm the Kremlin itself. The world watches in disbelief as Vladimir Putin is captured alive, the symbol of Russian power, now a prisoner of war. The war is over. The United States stands victorious. Trump announces that America has defeated Russia and ended Putin's regime. The world, though scarred by months of conflict, breathes a collective sigh of relief. History will remember this war as the moment when the balance of power shifted forever, when America struck back, when freedom triumphed, and when Vladimir Putin's reign came to its dramatic end.